cast Mutant's Prey, fighting the Lalia, and then Twinning Staff copies the Kalamax copy. We get 2 triggers on Kalamax. Nice. So we'll copy our Mutant's Prey. Oh wow, that copies it 2 more times? Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Today on Commander Replay, can we genetically modify Kalamax into an unstoppable killing machine? Find out next on Commander Replay. Commander Replay merch, now available in orange and colors beside orange. Today's deck was decided on by Patreon supporters, with Kalamax taking down the vote. Welcome back, everyone. Dinosaur Week continues. We've got Kalamax the Stormsire, and we're going to be making a genetically modified Stegosaurus. That's our plan today. Let's take a look at this opener. We've got 2 lands, Cultivate, Springleaf, Soul Ring. This seems fine. Maybe no card draw is the one thing it's missing, but hopefully we'll find our way into some. Keep this. There's a Ragavan for opponent. Those are real strong. Brings it to our turn 1. There's a Decree of Savagery. That's one that I was kind of hoping to not see until later, to be completely honest. Let's get the tap land in right here, because we can still do Soul Ring Cultivate next turn. I like that. Pass like that. So, having recently rewatched some of the Jurassic Park movies, one of the themes that comes up is the power of genetics. And as I started looking at this Kalamax deck, I thought to myself, how can we genetically modify a dinosaur? And the thing that I came up with is jamming a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it. That feels like a pretty good representation of a genetically modified animal. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And also, Stegosaurus is historically known as one of the dumbest dinosaurs. It has the smallest brain to body weight ratio of any animal in the animal kingdom. Its brain was about the size of a walnut, and its body was rather large. So because of that, the Stegosaurus, not known as a real sharp tool in the shed. Opponent swings with the Ragavan, gets us for 2. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not going to love this. They get a treasure with exile land. Oh, no. Oh, Teamer Charm. Oh, that's such a good card. I was excited about that one. Though we could use a land off the top. I guess Cultivate will get us to a couple more lands, but even still. There's Lalia coming into play. Yep. Brings back to our turn. There is another land that is a Yavimaya Hollow. Let's get the Hollow into play. Play the Soul Ring. Play the Cultivate. We have a lot of green, so let's get green and blue right here. And we'll pass like that. Apparently there are some scientists that are trying to disprove that Stegosaurus was really that dumb, but that's still very new and going to need to be a lot more research and evidence there, so. Vampire Nighthawk. Sean going on the attack, Ragavan coming back our way. Do not love it. Lalia going to get a trigger. There's a Blasphemous Act. I doubt they'll play that one. That is our Blasphemous Act. I'm sure we were probably going to need that at some point. Oh, that's opponent's Blasphemous Act. They hit our Frantic Search. That's one we could have used. Card draw is the thing we're looking for. Ignite the Future. That looks like a setup for next turn, because he's not going to be able to cast anything this turn. Sword, Facebreaker, and Captain Lannery Storm. That's a tough choice. He didn't hit any lands right there, and he's only going to be able to cast 1. Maybe 2 if, I guess if he finds a land, maybe there's a Soul Ring involved, and Ragavan makes a treasure. Rogue's Passage is a good card. Play the Windswept Teeth. Crack the Windswept Teeth. We need something with some red. Let's get Taiga. And let's get our commander into play. Cast Kalamax. And with the 1 floating, we'll cast our Springleaf Drum. And we'll pass like that. Now we've got a blocker against that pesky Ragavan, which makes me very happy. Field of Ruin for zombie. Let's take a read of our commander. It's Kalamax the Stormsire. 1 in Teamer for a 4/4. Whenever you cast your first instant spell each turn, if Kalamax is tapped, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Whenever you copy an instant spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Kalamax. So Kalamax gets big and copies spells, and we're going to try to make him even bigger by copying our +1/+1 counter spells. Circuit Mender for opponent. Everyone thankfully has a blocker to the Ragavan. Here comes Ludwig Necro-Alchemist. That'll be nice. We need to get a couple card draws somewhere after losing that, what's that blue thing called? The broken one. Frantic Search. Definitely wanted that. Although I guess that one's not as good as some of the red ones, in the sense that you do have to discard both times. Some of the red ones, the discard is part of the cost, so if you copy it, you don't have to discard the second time. They go for the Captain Lannery Storm. Yeah, that makes sense. Thankfully no sword, at least not yet anyway. Ragavan to zombie. Lalia to us. And Lannery Storm over to zombie. Yeah, here's a shot for 5. He's going to block the monkey. Yeah, let's get the monkey out of here. Monkey down. Love it. Oh, you know what we could have did? We could have blocked with Kalamax and regenerated. Whoops. Yep, could have saved yourself some damage right there, particularly commander damage, in a deck that wants to kill you with commander damage very quickly. Kargan Intimidator. Cowards can't block warriors. Oh god, unblockable. Well, that's not amazing. And opponent's going to get to draw with the Ludwig. I'd like to get that one that untaps our thing, or maybe a fight spell. Fight spell would be handy. 3 visits is not either of those. Play the Rogue's Passage. So the choice here is we could cast this thing, and that would give us what, like 7 +1/+1 counters, and we could swing into Sean, and then we'd be able to draw a card. We'd also have trample for the turn, but we can cycle this. That's a thing. That is a thing. That's only 6 to do that. Yeah, maybe we're on the cycle plan. Although he might do this whole can't block nonsense. Yeah, that's annoying. That is annoying. Let's get this 3 visits and get a tropical island. Probably need to find another red source at some point. Try to keep that in mind. Think, man, we need the... I mean, he's probably just going to make it so we can't block. So, yeah, we'll swing into Sean and hope we don't die. No blocks. Let's get this Infuse the Elements. So we'll go red, blue, green. And that leaves us in an awkward spot with our mana. I guess we'll just use the Soul Ring. We copy the spell. Same targets. Kalamax gets a counter. It's now an 8/8. Not bad. Man, shouldn't it be bigger than that? Mana cast to spent this... Oh, the copy has no mana spent on it. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, little Nambo right there. Sean takes a shot for 8. It's 8 commander. And we'll get to draw at the end step here. There's the trigger. Draw. Impulse. Helpful. That, notably, that's card advantage. Yeah, that's one that we're going to want. So this one's not as good as I thought, but it is exciting that it gives it trample. Unfortunately, if you're trying to recover dinosaur blood from a fossilized mosquito, the oldest blood ever found was only 50 million years, still a little bit short of the Cretaceous period, and the oldest DNA ever found was only 1.2 million years, very short of the era of the dinosaurs. Jungle Wayfinder enters the battlefield. Each player may search their library for basic card, basic land, reveal it, put it into their hand. That's cool. Yeah, we need a mountain. Let's get a mountain. Sean says, nice, combat trick Kalamax does sound fun. Zombie's going to swing for 2 into KO. Oh yeah, trying to draw a card with this thing. Makes sense. KO will gain some life. It dies. Zombie will draw. Let's take a look at what our opponents are playing today. First up is Zombie Caller piloting Marin of Clan Nel Toth, and he said this is a fun build of Marin, so I don't know exactly what that means, but shouldn't be the crazy version of Marin, which is still a pretty strong deck. In the middle, we've got Chaotix piloting Ikra Shadiki with Obosh the Prey Piercer. Ooh, interesting. So, can only have cards with odd mana values, and in theory, large toughness to gain a lot of life. It's an interesting pairing right there. And that is Ikra Shadiki coming into play. Yeah. That's a Jeska's Will. That's a card that'll beat you. Land, Vandal Blast, Geist Flame Reservoir could be worse. They get 7 red mana. That's not the best. Big plays can happen with that. Here comes the Geist Flame Reservoir. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter on it. Remove any number of charge counters, deals that much damage to any target. Exile top card to your library. You may play it this turn. They're going to do that. We might be losing our Soul Ring right here. That Vandal Blast hanging out there. Unless his mana gets tied up doing other stuff. Conspiracy Theorist. Another treasure token. Lelia Trigger. World at War. Thankfully, they don't have enough mana for that. And they're going to do the can't block thing on the Vampire Nighthawk. If all that brings it back to our turn, let's get this mountain into play. You know, part of me kind of just wants to play some defense this turn. Especially because, like, we would use most of our mana on this Rogue's Passage. So I think I'm just going to hang back. Try to cycle the Decree of Savagery and Impulse at some point. That's where I think I want to be. Marin coming in. Yep. Oh, he gets the thing back to his hand. Yeah, because Marin's busted like that. Man, it really shouldn't have the if you don't have enough, it goes back to your hand clause. That seems like a bridge too far. Ooh. Natural Reclamation. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cascade. Notably, not hitting one of our things is going to hit that Geist Flame Reservoir. Ooh, that's an archetype of aggression. Yeah. This is interesting. I had never thought about this. Maybe, did I know this? Ikra is black and green, and in the command zone is Obosh, which is red and black. Does that give you access to red? I always thought the companion had to be in the colors of the commander. Am I wrong? Gonna get busy with the Vampire Nighthawk. Sending it over to Sean. Man, that thing's such a good blocker, though. Oh, yeah, he's probably thinking that this is, going to keep him from being able to block. So he'll actually gain 5 life off that, 2 from the lifelink and 3 from the Ikra trigger. So up to 43. It'll be really nasty once Obosh is in. Trailblazers boots, well, that is not great for us. We do have this Force of Vigor. Equips the Trailblazers boots. It's an 8/8. Do they want to come our way? No. Gonna go back over to Chaotix. Alright, we can kind of play things cool then. I was thinking about the timing. The timing was about to get weird with Force of Vigor and Impulse. Just because this needs to be tapped in order to copy the spell. I want to copy the Impulse, and we wouldn't be able to both Impulse, Force of Vigor, and block the Lalia all in the same shot. So catching a break right there. Land off the Exile trigger. KO now on 17 commander damage. That is a bit. Let's go to the end step. There's the Ludwig trigger. Let's tap Kalamax. Make a blue. Make a colorless. Let's Impulse. That'll copy, and that'll also pump up Kalamax. There's the counter. Impulse number 1. Let's see what we got. Search for a land and then shoot a creature. Isn't terrible. Creature you control fights a target creature your opponent controls. I think that's the winner right there. Oh, that's the put a counter on it and double the number of counters. Oh, that seems fun too, but I think we need the fighting is much safer. Those to the bottom. Second Impulse. Ooh, Twinning Staff is ridiculous. Let's grab that. And the rest to the bottom. Can let the Ludwig trigger go off. They draw. Yeah, let's cycle this Decree of Savagery. Pump up our Kalamax even more. Use the ability. It's a 13/13. There's a land. Get the Stomping. Let's get the Strip Mine in. We'll get the Twinning Staff. Okay, so I think I've worked out political arrangements so that Sean doesn't kill KO. And if he attacks our way, we can fight it and kill it. So I feel pretty good about that. Which means I think we're going to make this thing unblockable. Attack Zombie and then try to draw the card. I think is where we're at. Zombie takes a hit for 13, and we'll draw. Scavenger Grounds is fine. Could be helpful against the Marin, but Zombie doesn't have all that much going at the moment, so, maybe theoretically later. I was kind of looking for something with a little more punch than that. Scientists have been at work trying to reverse engineer a dinosaur from a chicken embryo, as all of the genetic information needed to do it is present in modern birds. An animal they call the Chickensaurus. So far they've been able to change the beak into teeth, the hands into claws, and they're working to change the feathers into a tail, but apparently the tail does present a lot of challenges. Similarly, scientists are also trying to do the same reverse engineering modern elephants into a woolly mammoth. But there is one very good question in all of this.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
The Circuit Mender is back. He's going to gain 2 life, and when it dies, it'll draw a card. When Shambling Gas dies, choose one. Target creature gets -1/-1, or create a treasure. Interesting. So Zombie's got some blockers up. 3/3 over to KO. So I think he's trying to get this thing to die, and then, do the whole thing where we all get a land. Down for that. Phyrexian Arena for KO. And he's going to put Obosh into his hand. Yeah, we should be careful of that. That is actually some damage. Nighthawk over to Sean. KO's back to 39 life. Yeah, gets to draw a card. Sending the Lalia into Zombie. Lalia trigger. Faithless Looting. Already is a Trailblazer's boots, so it can't be blocked. I was going to cast the Faithless Looting. I'm a little jealous. We could loot some lands away at this moment. Unexpected Windfall would be a nice pickup for us. There's a Gaia Reach. He's probably not going to activate it because he has 6 cards, but it'd be cool if he did. Goldspan Dragon is a magic card. Brings it back to our turn. Swiftfoot Boots are reasonable. Play the Scavenger Ground. Play the Swiftfoot Boots. Equip the Swiftfoot Boots. I think I'm just going to chill. I know we could kill Sean. I'm kind of curious to see what KO does with Obosh on his next turn, because Sean's been chipping away at him pretty hard. So, the spiky thing to do would be to take Sean out right here and prevent further trouble. The one thing with that, though, is that would leave us pretty open. I guess we have this thing, but it would leave us fairly open to a big attack from KO with the Obosh, and that damage doubled is probably lethal on us. Haven't done the math exactly, but with no other effects, it would be 18 damage. So that would be just about all of our life. I don't think there's that much life gain in the deck, so if any at all. Jungle Wayfinder is back. Zombie just looking for lands. Yep. Search for a basic. We'll get a forest, I guess. Cram Session. Gain 4 life. Learn. Gonna swing the Shambling Ghast into KO and the Circuit Mender. Blocks the Circuit Mender. Blocks the Shambling Ghast. Bunch of Marin triggers. Gets a treasure, draws a card. Oh, doesn't go for the treasure. What did he shoot? He shot the Kargan Intimidator. That's a huge play. So now if we get rid of the Trailblazer's boots, we can actually block, which is cool. At the end step, he's going to get back his Circuit Mender. Yeah, that seems like a cute little card of Marin. Gains 2 more life. Sword of Vengeance is a card. Equips the Sword of Vengeance. Puts it on the Nighthawk. That's actually a pretty big play. Because now it can attack and block, and it's got First Strike Death Touch. So it's like super nasty. And he's also going to gain a lot of life. So he'll gain 7 life when this thing hits. Sean says, turn 8, bring the hate. Yep. Here comes the Nighthawk. It's only 4 damage, which is like fine, but the life swing up to 7 is actually a pretty big deal, on top of the life he's already gained. I've always wanted to build an Ikra Shadiki deck. I just never really got around to it. Maybe someday. Sean's down to 24. KO's up to 45. Yep. That's an enchantment. So, like, if push came to shove, we could Force of Vigor and get rid of Archetype and the sword, and that would cut down some damage if that became necessary. Reckless Impulse. I'm jealous. We need the card advantage. Have not found the card advantage. Lightning Greaves would actually be super annoying. We'd have to Force of Vigor before we Mutant's Prey. And if we did that, then that means we won't be able to copy the Mutant's Prey easily anyway. Might be able to with this thing, but... there's a Shadow Spear. Lifelink is a thing. It's a 12/12. Grenzo. The thing that he has to non-basic land walk. Oh yeah, he's still got non-basic land walk. Oh, he's coming our way? Hey now. How big is this thing? Oh, it's going to be a 13/13? It's currently a 12/12, which means we should probably just fight it, right? So that being the case, going to tap Kalamax, cast Mutant's Prey, fighting the Lalia. Kalamax will copy. And then Twinning Staff copies the Kalamax copy. We get 2 triggers on Kalamax. Nice. We can change the target. What else is kind of nasty? Grenzo is kind of nasty. This Nighthawk is kind of nasty. How much mana do we have left? Enough to activate this thing. So we'll copy our Mutant's Prey. Oh, wow, that copies it 2 more times? Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right, let's get the Archetype and... oh, man, I feel bad for Zombie. He's kind of had a rough game, but yeah, I think that's where we're at. Shoot the Marin. We are going to have one very large Stegosaurus that's also about to kill 5 things. Oh, no, that's a Blazing Shoal. Yeah, that's not good. So they'll trade, I think. But luckily, that's the last one on the stack, so we will get everything else, but then we're going to have to rebuild our Kalamax, and that actually sounds pretty terrible. Oh, we might be... Oh, no, with all the fighting, these are all fights, so with all the fighting, Kalamax is 100% going to die. Oh, God, it just occurred to me... Uh-oh. I just remembered there is Death Touch. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, messed that up. Okay, that means we're getting... that means we die, is what that means. Wait, no? 15? No, it was Lalia trigger. Yeah, we're dead. Oh, that sucks. I should have killed Sean. Yep, exactly 21. That's frustrating. Yeah, I should have just took him out last turn. I was worried about the KO attack, though, right? Because that puts us so low that... And at that point, we wouldn't have, like, the time, really. I mean, I guess we still had the fight spell, but... I played it too friendly, is what I did. Yeah, one of the things, too, is that we kind of just, like... We flooded a bit at the end, which... wasn't the main culprit, right? The main thing is we just kill Sean. I think we're fine. But not having a ton of options up at the end wasn't the best. The fight play was pretty cool, though. Copying that thing 4 times. If we had 1 more mana, we could have regenerated it, but sadly we did not. Marin back to play. Zombie get a swing in. Muldrifter, evoke. Oh, I see. Ludwig is also the partner. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think he can get colors from the companion. I was confused there for a while in the game. There's a Rex Age. Gonna get rid of the Trailblazer's boots. Still large and trample, though. And at 17 commander, he's got plenty. Get his way through. Birds of Paradise. KO going on the attack. Gets in some damage, but this is probably it for him. KO goes up to 59. Yeah, if commander damage wasn't a problem, he'd probably be in this for quite a while longer. That's an aggravated assault. That might be the game. Yep, zombie scoops. KO scoops. Sean takes it down. Yeah. So if we killed Sean, we'd probably run through the rest of the table pretty easily based on what everyone else played. So, yeah, I just played a little too friendly there. I knew it was going to be kind of strong, but it wasn't supposed to be like that strong. But I did realize that, like, yeah, this deck it's going to be pretty focused, right? It's going to be big, and you're going to be able to get commander damage in, like, pretty quickly. So I felt a little bad about that, so I was kind of holding back some. But anyway, we got a pretty good look at what the deck wants to do. You want to make Kalamax huge and swing with it, and that's a good time to me. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some really good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon at the link below. And be sure to check out my other Dinosaur Week videos.